First grade, what's going on? Mr. Hunter here with your math lesson for today. We are working on pages 257 and 258. We're going to jump in and we're going to touch on a few different things today. We're calling before and after numbers by tens, measuring lines, identifying missing signs in the numbers, solving three-number and two-digit addition problems, and some clockwork. Before we jump in there, just do a little recap with some tens place and ones place and hundreds place. So looking at this number, says 308, 308. The question is, how many tens? So we look at this. This is the ones place, the 8. 0 is the tens place, 3 is the hundreds. It says how many tens? So what do? Well, you guys should know this is pretty simple. We just look at the number that's in the tens place. So this is the tens place, right? So I'm going to write tens here, right? That's the ones place, and that is the hundreds. So if we have the tens place and there's a 0 in it, there are 0 tens. 0 tens. The number is 308, but there's no number in the tens place. So there's 0 tens, 0 tens. So that's what you're going to do. So for number 2, it says how many hundreds? So we have to look at it. This is, again, the ones place. This is the tens place. This is the hundreds place. What number do we see in the hundreds place, Dylan? We see a 4. We see a 4. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at that number right there. Looking at that number. And there is 4. So there are 4 hundreds. Because when you say the number, you're going to say 412. So there's 4 hundreds. Up here, we said 308. We didn't say anything in the middle, so we're looking at that one right there. At the bottom, how many ones? How many ones? Which place are we looking at? Which number is in the ones place? It's pretty cool because it's also a 1. So a 1 is in the ones place. And so what is our answer going to be? Our answer is going to be a 1 right there, all right? Very simple, very quick, just something to get your brain working, make you understand the difference between the places and what you're looking for. Do not be tricked, do not be confused when you see that. All right, let's jump in. On page 257, 258, by now you should have had your name and date at the top of the page. It says for number 1, write the before and after numbers by tens. Write the before and after numbers by 10. So if we're at 70, the only number that we're changing is the number in the tens place. So we at 70. What is 1 after 7? 1 after 7 is 8. So what do? We have to add that 0 there for 80. So 1 after 7 is 80. So that's by 10. That's going to be 80. What's 1 before 6? 1 less than 6. I gave the answer. I'm sorry. 1 less than 7 is 6. 1 less than 7 is 6. So you're going to have 60. So your answers are going to be 60 and 80. You're counting by tens. You're going to do this for all of them. Next you have 100, and so you have 100 in the middle. What is? And I'm trying not to talk to give the answer. So you have 100. What's 10 plus 100? 10 plus 100. You're counting by tens. You get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 100 and not 101, not 102. You're counting by 10. So 110. So you just add 10, all right? So you add 10 to there. That's going to give you 110. Now, if you're at 100, what's 10 less than 100? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. What number did I say before 100? 90. If you always think of it like this, all right? If you always think of it like this, those are your answers, by the way. If you just have take away these two numbers, take away this number here, take away that number, take away the zeros. You have 10 and 9, all right? So what's the 1 less than 10? 9. What's 1 more than 10? 11. So you're not even looking at that number. You're not even looking at that number. You're not even looking at that. You have 10, 9, 11. You see that? It's very simple. So you're going to be doing that all for problems on number 1. Number 2, you will need a ruler, all right? You're going to be measuring in inches. Inches. Measure the garden tools. You have to measure the garden tools. That's something that you dig up the dirt with and be able to plant. You have the clippers there that cut some of the stems off the branches that are growing too long or you want there. And that's what we call a hoe. It's like a shovel. So it's a shovel, like a little small hoe, and you dig that in the ground and you kind of pat the ground down and make sure the flowers that you plant, the seeds that you plant are nice and compact and in the dirt. All right. Now, on the bottom, write the missing plus or minus sign. Write the missing plus or minus sign. I'm going to get that to you right now. Just do a little erasing here. All right. So write the missing plus or minus sign. So the first problem, we have a 6, then we have a blank space, then we have a 3. And our answer is 9. So what do? 6 minus 3 is 9 or 6 plus 3? Well, if we do 6 minus 3, take away 3 from 6. That's going to give us 3, but that can't be right because our answer is 9. So if we know our answer already, what does that mean we're going to have to do? We're going to have to add it. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Does that make sense? I think so. Let's try another one. We have 5, and then we don't know what that is. We have 2, and then we equal 3. So let's do plus. 5 plus 2. If we add 2, our answer is going to be more than 3, right? The answer is 3. So if we do plus, 5 plus 2 is going to give us 7. Is that right? No. So we have to look. 5 minus 2 equals. Very simple word. You guys have done this before. You guys are going to be good. You guys are going to be good with this. Moving over to the back of the page here, 258. It says write the sums. You guys know how to do this. This is a long vertical problem. You're adding the numbers up very slowly. Take your time. No need to rush. No need to move fast. I'm not even going to review these problems because you guys know what you're doing. All right. Number 2, select the minute hand. Select the minute hand. So this is on the back of the page right there. And you're working with a clock. You're working with a clock. So remember, when we have a clock, we have the 12 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right? And we got this right here in the middle. So the big hand, the minute hand, always tells you what the big hand always tells you what the minute is. The little hand tells you what the time is, what the hour is. So we have a little hand pointing at the time says 2:45, right? It says 2:45. The little hand is pointing in between the two. So it's 2:45. So remember, this is counting on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the outside, it's counting by 5s. Counting by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. All right. So we know what 45 is. We know what 45 is, right? That's the key. You have to know what it is. I wrote it on the board just so you would see. But if the big hand, we need 2:45. You see where the little hand is. Where does the big hand need to go? It needs to go to the 9. It needs to go directly to the 9 because that is what 45 is. So to 9. So now we have 2:45. All right? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to write the time. The time is already told to you. You don't have to do anything with the shorthand for the hour. All you need to do is do the minute hand. So you're going to do that for the next 3 times. 5:10, 7:35, and 10:55. You're going to do that for all of those. And then at the bottom, the next one, it says draw each of one shape. Draw each of one shape. So you know how to draw a circle. You know how to draw a square. You know how to draw a triangle, a rectangle. And then at the end, a trapezoid. Remember, a trapezoid, I'm just going to draw one here really quickly. A trapezoid. When you have a trapezoid, you have one side that's equal, okay? One side that's equal. One side is equal. Take that down here. Take that down here. And then, all right. I could have made mine a little bit bigger, so I'll do that. I'll do that there. But a trapezoid, it still has 4 sides. Still has 4 sides. So you have one side that's equal. Have that a little bit there. And then you have a little bit, and then, all right, that is what we call a trapezoid. All right. It's still what we call a parallelogram has 4 sides. So it's still a parallelogram. Everybody say parallelogram. It's still a parallelogram. It has 4 sides, but a trapezoid, it only has one side that's equal. This is the only side that is equal. This side, not equal to this side. This side, not equal to those two. So it's only one side that is equal on a trapezoid. And then at the bottom, I am going to read a story problem, okay? And you are going to mark the bubble underneath of the correct answer. All right, so listen carefully. Mom made 4 tuna sandwiches. Mom made 4 tuna sandwiches. And she made 5 peanut butter sandwiches. She made 5 peanut butter sandwiches. So she made 4 tuna sandwiches and 5 peanut butter sandwiches for a picnic. What combination shows how many sandwiches Mom made? What combination shows how many sandwiches Mom made? So she had 4 tuna sandwiches and 5 peanut butter sandwiches for a picnic. What combination shows how many sandwiches Mom made? You need to pick out of those 3, okay? And then here is the last part, number 5. You have to write the number down that I say. So if you need to pause the video after 1 and make sure you hear it, go ahead, you know what to do. But you're gonna write the number down that I say. All right, your first number, 711. 711. 711. 711. 711. Letter B, 716. 716. 716. Remember what we've done earlier with some of the work with what we did in the beginning with identifying how many numbers were in the hundreds place, how many numbers were in the tens place, how many numbers were in the ones. Okay, listen carefully, listen carefully. So your first number is 711. Letter B, 716. Letter C, 729. 729. Letter D, 760. 760. And letter E, 795. 795. All right, guys, that is your math assignment for today. Hope you guys had a good one. I know there's a lot of work in here. Try to give you some different tips, different skills, tools to use. If you have any questions, always let me know. Let me know on Zoom if you had a question about the homework. And then we'll review it. We'll try to go over some of the homework so we know what we did. Okay? Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.